episode of Today in Crypto Show. Super excited to have you. Of course, every single day we discuss the latest news that are happening in the crypto space. You know, what is going on in the amazing and exciting world of cryptocurrencies. So this is Today in Crypto Show, 7th of June. This is Thursday. And we have a lot to discuss today. As always, we will talk about the yet another Ethereum bug that has been discovered. You know how many of them they will keep discovering, as EOS as well. There's some programmer that received $120,000 for discovering 12 different bugs that are happening on the EOS, which is the number 5 cryptocurrency today on the market. So Ethereum apparently doesn't lack those bugs as well. We'll talk about Bitcoin Gold that is going to undergo another fork, yet another fork, and some other news. So let's start with the coin market cap. As you know, this is the place to go every day to get updated about the state of crypto. We are at $346 billion market cap, which is more than it was yesterday. So we're growing a little bit, tiny little bit, every single day. 1.49% change in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is trading at $7,700, close to that. Ethereum at 607. Bitcoin Cash slightly improving. Mostly it's minor changes from the majority of the coins. And we also have BBOX token 9% and Nano 6.8%. Overall, we're seeing a reduction in the trading volume for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and you can see it here, $15 billion in trading volume, of course, in different exchanges and for different cryptocurrencies. But you know, the market has been exhausted, and I think part of that is the manipulation that happens on the market with the big players in the Bitcoin sphere. They're causing people to get out of the market so they can get in with large amounts later on at the lower prices, you know. And of course, it doesn't help with the Mt. Gox trustee dumping thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of Bitcoin in the open market, dropping the value of Bitcoin down. And will we see the bump, the rise, the bull market, and Bitcoin going up again to $15,000 and $20,000 by the end of the year, or possibly more? We'll need to see that. Many people are positive about that. Many experts talking about that. They definitely see it happening. But over the next couple months, I think we're going to experience something more like this with Bitcoin. Right? You can see the volume kind of went down a little bit recently, but it's going to be like this non-clear the next several months until we yet again, and by the end of the year, get this uplift. Okay, so what is on the news today? Well, first of all, let's discuss this. There is a Ethereum parity client, and it's one of the implementations of the Ethereum protocol. The parity client encountered another critical bug. Before, they had this bug that caused hackers to steal 150,000 Ether, which was a lot of money. They suggested a hard fork, obviously, after that. But thanks God that we don't have just parity to be one, you know, the software that the Ethereum software that is installed and using the protocol. It's not running all of the Ethereum network. There is other types of implementations of the protocol. So they're fixing that. So nothing to worry about. It's just a warning that it might spread to the Ethereum network, but they apparently fixing that and telling everybody who is using the parity Ethereum client. I'm not using the parity Ethereum client, but if you might be using that, it's a good idea to upgrade ASAP from this version to this stable version. Okay, now Ripple as CEO says that it will be used by dozens of major banks, so that's a good news for Ripple. If you're holding into Ripple, you know, if there's going to successfully implement the X Rapid protocol, which is critical and a great solution for transferring really fast money across the borders to developing economies, emerging markets, and converting fiat currencies to Ripple and vice versa. You know, so they're working hard to make Ripple implemented by major banks, which you know, of course, the central banks they're also seeking and looking at their own ways, their own technology, possibly to create their own cryptocurrency. But you know, Ripple is there, and it is a centralized cryptocurrency out of all of the market. It is a very centralized one, and it have a whole bunch of them, right, into the trillions. Those Ripple coins. Okay, so it's suitable for large scale banking. Now, one research firm it's lowers its year prediction by almost 17%. They're saying not enough volume across exchanges, people trading. So overall, they say it will not reach 15,000. It will reach $12,500 by the end of the year. Others disagree with that. Thomas Lee, for example, saying it will reach 15,000 before the end of the year. Of course, John McAfee is even more bullish than that, 15,000 by the end of June. I don't know if it's going to happen, but the trading activity dropped significantly, and it might be, you know, the still war waters, like we discussed that yesterday in the crypto trading class, before the big giant splash of exciting stuff that is going to happen with the trading and the whole crypto market. Okay. Bitcoin Gold announcing yet another fork to counter those 51% attacks. As you know, if there is more than 51% of computing power for the mining, then there is an attack. Hackers can utilize that and change the protocol and steal, you know, those coins, like it has been successfully done in May, resulted in $18 million worth of BTG tokens stolen from the network. And Zencash also has $500,000 of Zen tokens stolen from the network. So they say that it is imperative, like it is part of the process, it's part of the history of making cryptocurrencies better, to you know, to work on improving the protocols, improving the software in order to counteract those 51% attacks, right? It's still a new industry, so you gotta be cautious. And Bitcoin Gold was a fork, a hard fork of Bitcoin itself. So now Bitcoin Gold forking again, so it's double fork. So we're going to have triple fork, fourth fork, and fifth fork. I don't know how many other forks. There's so many different forks in Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin Cash, obviously the biggest one, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Silver, Bitcoin blah 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 blah. You know, so ultimately many of those projects are not going to be as adopted as Bitcoin Cash has been adopted, but yeah, you know, people can fork. It's an open source technology. They can fork whatever they want. One mining firm, CoinMint, confirmed its plans to $700 million to put into the projects in a place called Alcoa, right? A big plant, which they're saying as long as Bitcoin is here, it's going to be profitable to mine, and it's going to be done by 2019. So there's a lot of money to invest into the project. Of course, more miners into Bitcoin, the better it is for the Bitcoin economy in general. We see Ledger Nano S, which is a hardware wallet. Highly suggested to have a hardware wallet if you plan to store a large amount of cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin is the safest and more secure way to store your Bitcoin cryptocurrency, because the private key never leaves your device, and it only connects to the internet when you send funds. So Ledger, the popular hardware wallet, announced its release of a new version of a wallet desktop edition. It will be in July 9th, okay, supporting Windows and Macs and Linux, which is really, really cool. And we have Israel, our country, announced today a new NetoBit ATM machine that enables buying and selling cryptocurrency with fiat money. So we're going to see those popping up more and more and more throughout the world. We have right now, you go to ATM coin ATM radar, like close to 3,000 of those machines throughout the world, and you can check if you see anywhere near you. 3,210. Wow, I've not been updated on this side. Wow, they're popping up like crazy, those new machines, which is really exciting to see. We have industry representative criticize the Google ban. Now, I'm against Google banning, ICOs and advertising. So hopefully they're going to come to their senses, and they're going to unblock the ban that they have targeting cryptocurrency in the near future. I really hope so, because we want more people to. Google is the most widely advertised platform on the planet, right? $72 billion or something like that they have in profit. But you can use alternative platforms in order to advertise crypto related ads, like FutureNet, for example. It has about 3 million users, which is awesome, and you can use that. What else is on the news today? Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much everything that I want to cover today in Crypto Show. So hopefully, guys, that you are participating in the crypto sphere as high as you can. You're trading cautiously your cryptocurrencies on the exchanges, and you're utilizing every bit of information and moving forward every single day on your dream, on your goal to become a crypto millionaire. And we are here to support you full speed. So this is Today in Crypto Show, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Today in Crypto Show, hopefully with much more exciting positive news for